I think I could welcome marine protected areas for some species and for some areas. It depends on what kind of species they are and what area they're in. My name is Flaherty. I'm from Inis Mór on the Aran Islands. I've lived here all my life. I'm a fisherman. Started fishing in 1967. My background to fishing is my grandfather was fishing, my father was fishing, and my three uncles were fishermen. So we are all fishing. We have our family had no land, nothing. The seas, you could say our land really. There's no fish coming into the bays as there used to be years ago, and that's happened over the last probably 20, 30, for the last 20 years, maybe more. They found that fish do come back when they're given time to come back, because in the North Sea, the herring went in the North Sea and they came back. They were gone. I think the North Sea was closed for 9 or 10 years, and they came back very strong. You would start on a Monday morning and you'd finish on a Thursday evening, and that was most boats that time. They fished just 4 or 5 days, and the weekends were not. You wouldn't be fishing on the weekend, which gave the fish themselves a chance to come together, kind of, So they had a bit of a break, whereas now it's 10, 15-day trips now, and there's no, the fishery, and probably they haven't a chance, kind of, to regroup or to think. They had no break, whereas now it's 24 hours, 365 days for a lot of boats. The most changes I can see is that where we used to get fish years ago, there is no fish there now, and I'm talking about the west coast of Ireland. We used to fish down Kerry Head, which was a good fishing ground for us. Herring spawn there, and just outside here, back at Connemara here, there used to be spawning ground there. They're not there no more. Or up around the Bills, up around Achill. So all them spawning areas where herring used to spawn, which we at that time depended on herring mostly, that did our fishing on. They are no more spawning grounds for the herring. The mussel fishery is the same. We used to get fish. We used to fish down in the bay here in Galway Bay in January, February, up to March, and then we used to move outside of the island here to the west in the end of February into March, and we used to get the fish there. But that fishery is there no more either. There's no fish coming into the bay, and there's outside the island now. The main fishery is prawn fishery, which we weren't fishing at that time at all. So that's the way it's changed, and I think that's the way it's changed in a lot of bays around the coast. Well, to me, marine protected areas is supposed to be protection for the fish, and as a fisherman, we all want to protect. We want to be able to go out next year and catch fish as well as this year. So you have to protect some of them, but there's what you would be afraid of is that you wouldn't be allowed to fish in it at all, which for some species probably you couldn't, but for others you could, like for crab or for lobster pots or something. You might be able to work them in a marine protected area, and I suppose it depends what kind of thing you want to protect. Do you want to protect the fish, or do you want to protect the bottom? And as a fisherman, we don't know what's on the bottom. All the bottom means to a fisherman is that there's fish on it to catch. If you exclude fishing in an area, even like Galway Bay now, it would probably come back over a period of time. But I think it would take a good while for it to come back. When you come into Corona here today, there's maybe 10 small boats, down there that's fishing. Well, they haven't been, some of them probably doesn't know what the marine protected area is yet, because they're just fishing for them. They fish mostly in summertime, and it doesn't affect them yet. But I suppose when it does affect them, then it'll be too late probably for them. The right way for the smaller fishermen is to come into where they are and explain to them what means for them. If there was a marine protected area now, say around the island here where they fish lobsters, and said, well, look, this is going to be closed for 3 months of the year, or it's going to be closed the whole year round, but you can't fish lobster pots in it, which they are fishing. but you can fish, say, tune in it, but there's no tune in it. What'll I do? I think they have a job understanding. The only other thing is that, it has to be closed because there'll be no more lobsters there. Well, then there'll be no more fishermen there either. If I say I can't go there, there'll be no more fishermen in it either. Well, we don't talk because the marine protected areas here compared to in England, that we brought them in England way ahead of us, like a lot of things they bring in, and it hasn't started to affect us so much yet because they're not being enforced. But when they will be enforced, then it'll get people talking, and it's a thing I suppose that it would want to be flagged way before it's implemented. And it's not just doing it for because the EU says we have to have some 30% or 40%. We have to do it to protect what's in them areas, but you have to protect the fisherman as well.